Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Thou shalt not die.
The Lord put away his sin. He would have died. The Lord put away his sin. A crime was committed, and somehow you don't get arrested for it. The Lord put away his sin. That's what it says right there. The Lord put away his sin. Ain't no police kicking in your door for this one, David. But that baby ain't gonna suckle that woman's breast. You get the point? This year, the Lord killed the child to hurt him. The other thing is the mechanism of justice, is what happens, is to be put to death, to be stoned, to have a hand cut off. Hey, what's going on, Cap? To water, to Eric, appreciate that. I'll get a call, all right? Yeah, no, so you could just bring it put somewhere here close to me, all right? That's where I don't forget. You'll understand. I hope the brother understand. Go ahead, Arawadi.
You were saying, what does it look like? Can we say it looks frightening?
Okay, you can't. Okay, you're not wrong, but because it's confusing to somebody reading it for the first time, or to somebody who doesn't fully who doesn't fully understand that we are in the business of changing your spirit, being born again, changing who you are as a person. But we are doing a spiritual job in a carnal world. So we build a government. We have a economic system in tithes and donations and camp fund and Passover fee and fines. You get the point? We have food programs. We have GED programs. You could, do some dumb shit and get suspended from the UPK. I mean, I'm talking about a letter with Commander General Yahana's signature on it. You are suspended until such and such date, until a council is called for you to get back in, just like in any carnal infrastructure. You get the point? Deuteronomy is giving you the mechanism of the law, of the justice system. You get the point? It's like, if this man commits a sin, you can't go take his son for it. You can't go take his father for this thing. You had to go get that person. In Chronicles, he committed the sin. He would have been put to death. The Lord stopped it. Meaning, the Lord didn't let this thing come all the way to light. Only some people knew about this shit with Bathsheba. Not everybody knew. You get the point?
Okay.
And Nathan is telling him what's going to happen to break him. Imagine somebody come and tell you, yeah, I know what you did. I see what you did. And you was like, how the fuck you see? He wasn't even in the country. It got to be the Lord talking to you. And it's a man of the Lord. And think about this time here where, remember, they saw Samuel coming and they thought he coming to kill somebody. That was the reputation. Samuel ride into your town now. You straightening up because he usually coming to kill somebody. Come on.
If I could, Whenever I get a call and it says Captain Mashak on there, I'm like,
don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Do not put that. You're gonna get me in council, so I can't even defend myself. I can't even defend myself in the damn council. So I didn't do that. I didn't say it. Mashak, be quiet, nigga. That's a humble dog. Do not put that shit on me. So nigga trying to get me banned for life.
Stuck it to his spell on the other one.
God damn, another one. Listen,
see that call
if y'all is just brothers, y'all should be giving me praise just as much as y'all trying to set me the fuck up. I know Marion Barry feel right now.
This is crazy.
Go ahead.
Big level, sir. You know what I'm saying? But like when I see the call, I start going through my checklist. Like, hold on, what? All right, let me just answer.
I'm gonna start to text you all from now on. Fuck all this calling shit. Cause like I'm calling you to make a call. You want a warrior, man. Cause this shit here, I ain't trying to be the boogeyman. I ain't trying to be Candyman. Nigga, just appear in the back of it. Like boo, nigga. You get the point? So now this is Nathan telling him what he did. And it's like, how the fuck you know this shit is? It's like that. This thing is not coming before the court. I'm letting you know that now. The Lord moved your sin. But that baby will never suck that woman's breast. Never. Never get milk from her. And you know it's going to happen, and you can't do anything about it. You can't do that. It was meant to break him. It was meant to teach him a lesson. It was meant to take something from him that he loved and looked forward to in a manner that he took something from another brother. You understand? So this wasn't the mechanism. This was the Lord handling this personally. You understand? So it's not contradicted. It's the mechanism of how, it's the whole thing. One is the judicial system. The other one is the Lord coming to see you. And you ask any man who has a child, or especially a son, would you rather the Lord take your son or take you? Your son ain't born yet. You don't know if this nigga gonna come out and go out to be a faggot. You don't know. He might be CeeLo in 20 years talking about something with his son. That nigga looks so disgusting now. I'll never listen to his music again. Salakia. Good night. He looks so disgusting on that damn award show. You don't know what the son gonna grow up to be, but you will not want to bury him. You get the point? You don't want to do that. You'll go. It would be no problem for you to go. And what if I tell you can't go? Nah, I ain't gonna kill you, nigga. I ain't gonna kill you. You ain't gonna hear that baby cry one time. It's gonna come out, but it'll never cry. It'll never reach out to your finger. Just try to remember a child, those of you who are children or been around young babies. Babies hold on to your finger like your hand is so giant. They hold your finger, the hand so small. That child will never grab your hand, your digits like that. He'll never look at you and just, baby cry, and you hold the baby and the baby stop crying and look at you. You will never experience that. And the child is not here yet. You know the child is coming. It's torture. It's torture until that point when that child is delivered. Give me the justice system, man. Send the cops to me. Send the cops, send them come. Let them come get me. Here, come get me. Let me go. But to imagine that shit and then wait until it happens, go ahead. Go ahead, lock me up. Where do I go? Where I have to turn myself in? Let me go. Just leave them alone. No, we ain't doing that. You're gonna take them from me. It's not a contradiction. It's our justice system, how it works. The justice system is meant to work in a certain way to deter you from doing certain things. And then you could do something that just the Lord has to step in. The Lord has to step in now, just like in any even in an Esau's court system. Yeah, you could appeal to higher judges. You have the Supreme Court justice. There's certain different circuits and Ninth Circuit and Court of Appeals. There's other things that go on. Somebody had to step in. And because of who he was, remember, David is the Lord's beloved. To whom much is given, much is expected. Like, you didn't have to go for her. You could have found somebody else who was not married. The Lord had to do something extra. It might seem like a contradiction, and part of why it seems like a contradiction is because he didn't die. And to the average person who is Christian, death is the worst thing. Once you come into the truth, you realize there's a lot worse things than death.
Right.
The Bible says, fear not who can kill the body, but fear him who could kill the body and the soul in hell. It's over when you die and it's done. That's it. Few seconds of pain or none. But your soul in turmoil, it could change your.
Most High Christ. Hold on. Most High Christ. Go ahead. Let's clap it up. Go ahead, clap it up. Shalom. Yahweh Shemiah Shepard Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Allah Thun by Shemiah Shout to all the sisters. I'm priest and officer of 5,000 Malak. Shalom. What's going on? Stop saying, "Ooh boy, class." I just got on here, Kakum. I just got on here, and it's already nuts in the comments. How does that work out? I don't understand it. I just got back. Salakia. What is that? I just got here. All right, we just started class. Star Power MMA. Yeesh. We got some Muslim Arab nut in the comment section. I thought we've been destroying Muslims since 1969. We trying to destroy Epstein. These niggas in the comments are in the Epstein files. That's what I believe. If Jay-Z is in the Epstein files, you are in the Epstein files. And so is your pastor. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for them to bring out the fact that T.D. Jakes and your pastors that you've been giving money to for the last 60 years are in the Epstein files. Nevertheless, shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom. All right, go ahead. Let's clap it up for the class. Most High Christ. This is the Wednesday night law class. Tonight, we're going to go over the Epstein files and the truth, the fact that everyone missed something that is so heavy about the Epstein files. And it's not what you think. If you think you're going to guess what I'm going to break down this evening about what everyone has missed in the Epstein files, you will not. I can damn near guarantee it. You will not guess it because it's something that goes over our head because we live in such an unjust, unrighteous, lascivious life in America and in this kingdom, in our oppressor's kingdom, that this is something that you're going to miss that is in the Epstein files. And when I say in the Epstein files, meaning the pictures, all of the paraphernalia that have came out of the Epstein files, brother, you're going to miss it. Everyone has missed it. We're going to bring out what I'm talking about tonight in the Epstein files and your focus tonight. And what I've been wanting to teach for the last couple of weeks is about your focus. So much of our focus is on the Epstein files, on social media, on the Super Bowl, on this, on that. And it is not on what we should be focused on. We're going to go over what you should be focused on, in these last days, because brothers and sisters, we are living in the last days. We need to be focused on something, and we're going to go over all that tonight. All right. Let's get into these comments. We got some sisters checking in. Shalom, sis. Sister Bashamath. Shalom, sis. All right. Who else do we have? We got some more nuts in this comment section. No sweat. Most High Christ. The Hollywood Files. Somebody said just call them the Hollywood Files instead. It makes more sense. Yes, because that does make more sense. Give the devil a hand. The apocalypse is upon us now. All right. Without further ado, we're going to bring in my brother, a hardcore priest and soldier and officer, the camp leader out of Des Moines, Iowa. Give it up for Officer Kakumgabar.
Hey, shalom, Yahweh Shemiah Shabrakatah.
Shalom, Yahweh Shemiah Shabrakatah. What's going on, CG? How you doing?
Man, can't call it, man. You know, another day in Babylon, you know, about to get ready to get it popping for Wednesday night law class. You know, I know you got some real heavy topics to bring out, so it's always a pleasure. definitely always a
Son
pleasure.
of Christ. The pleasure is all mine. The honor is all mine. It's good to see you again, brother. I've been between slaving and them under the weather. This flu been going around, which is another topic. I meant to send that to you. Is on the end of the Epstein files and on the end of our topic of focus, there is something I do want you to not focus on, but I want to raise awareness for this thing here. I'm going to say it at the end of class. I'm going to send you something on it, and we're going to show you a video on it. But it's not something that you need to be, I don't want to make people afraid to come, but it is something that we should all be watching. We should all just kind of pay attention to, especially since we've been through COVID. We should all be paying attention to this thing that I'm going to send you. We're going to go over it later. It ain't the flu. No, I don't know who the hell this is. Star Power MMA. I don't know who the hell that is. But keep the comments coming. Okay. And then we got Mr. John is Wrath. Mr. John's Wrath 23, 1991. He said something heavy earlier. He said these Epstein files should be called the Hollywood files. It should be called the entertainer files, the politics files, the white man files. That's what I'm going to call them, the white man files, because that is who this oppressor is. Our oppressor is in the Epstein files, right? He is, which is if I make a come, I would like that to free Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I would like for you to free your mind when you think of white people because of the dogma of Christianity. We think of white people as docile and loving and kind and sweet and helpful, but that is not who your oppressor is. That is not who your oppressor is. Your oppressor, give me in the Bible, like the year of your father, the devil. Give me that real quick when Christ said that, Baba Kushai, right?
Khan.
That, and if you have anything you want to say as well, could come, always you can bring it out. But while he's saying that, I wanted to highlight the Passover. First and foremost, your attendance. Your attendance. You need to sign in if you are a young man or young woman that is seeking to earn the Hebrew name. Sign in. All right. This is the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th.
That's right.
You want to get there, pay that Passover fee. We got links all in the comment section to click on these links. Go and pay your Passover fee. If you're new in the truth, a young brother, sister in the truth, contact your camp leader or the person that is over, the camp leader that is over your nearest zone. If you don't have a school there yet, contact who is over that zone and come to the Passover. Listen, there's no excuse. No excuses on why I shouldn't see everybody that's in this class if you are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian at the Passover, April 4th. I want to see you in Houston, Texas. All right, pay that Passover fee, man. Whenever you have it, could come, you can read it.
Yeah, Khan. Yeah, this is the book of John, chapter 8, and verse 44. And it says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do.
Ye are of your Salaki. You wanted to say something?
No, I was just gonna close it out.
Oh, give me 1 second. Read it again from the top.
Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do.
Ye are of your father the devil. This is Christ speaking. Does everyone understand? This is written in red, which means Christ said this. And he's not speaking to white people. He's not speaking to Arabs. He's not speaking to heathens or other races. He's speaking to so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian leaders. He's talking to the Pharisees and Sadducees when he made this statement. But he made a poignant statement when he said, ye are of your father. Who is their father? Or who is he telling the Pharisees and Sadducees are their father?
He was telling the Pharisees and Sadducees that the Roman rulership, their oppressor, they are of their father, because of course we love to emulate our oppressor.
Damn right.
We love to be just like our oppressor when it comes down to how we try to worship the Most High, how we even we talk about this Epstein files or whatnot, even to how we party. Mm-hmm. You want to party just like the Greeks and the Romans and having Diddy parties and doing all type of madness. That there's nothing new under the sun.
Damn right.
And just like how we brought out with our series that we had, all this ties into their culture.
Yes.
And I yield.
Give him a hand.
Yeah.
That is a heavy breakdown, Kakum, you just gave of what Christ meant, of who their father he was referring to. It was an insult. The actual fathers of the Pharisee and Sadducee were not white people. The Pharisee and Sadducee were not Roman. They were T.D. Jakes. They were Creflo Dollar and Dr. King. Do you understand? That's who the Pharisee and Sadducee were. They were Cesar Chavez and what's his name? The one who hated Mexicans, who was a Mexican in California. The brother, he was a Issacharite sellout that every black or Hispanic thinks they know about, but do not know about. The brother, what's his name? Out in California, he tried to get rights for the workers who were legal immigrants in America. Not Cesar Chavez, it was somebody else. Oh my God.
Salaki, I can't remember off the top of my head, Salaki.
I can't think either. I can't remember what his name was. Maybe it was Cesar Chavez. Well, he was a coon. He was a Mexican coon. And that is who the Pharisee and Sadducee were. The Pharisee and Sadducee were the aristocrats of our people. You understand? That is who they were. They were your T.D. Jakes. They were your Emmanuel Cleavers, your Dr. Kings, the head muckety muck of some big time church of their day. They ruled over us under the Romans' authority. And they wanted to be just like the Romans. Who were their fathers? Their actual fathers were the Hashmones, were the Judas Maccabees. When we celebrate and honor the Feast of Hanukkah every year, that is who they descend from. They descend from noble, righteous, courageous, Black, Latino, and Native Indian men. That is who they descend from. So Christ clearly wasn't speaking about their biological or physical fathers or grandfathers or antecedents. He was speaking about figuratively. He was speaking figuratively about the Romans and the Greeks, because that is who their father was. Cain. The spirit of the Romans and the Greeks was Cain. Why do I say it was Cain? Because Cain was the first documented murderer in the Bible. And Cain murdered his own brother. Why did Cain murder his own brother? For lust. That's why. And that's where it starts to come. As General Muhammad every week is breaking down the exceptional lust our oppressor has to want to murder and unalive innocent people, it started with Cain. Cain had this lust that came over him, that he wanted to unalive his brother, his physical brother Abel, because of jealousy. Because of jealousy. Abel was innocent. Abel honored the Lord with his sacrifice. Abel was a good son. Imagine you had two sons. One is a F up, and the other one, Abel, is a good son that listens to you, that follows your instructions, that is being raised in your image. That was Abel. And Cain hated that. All he had to do was what? Be like Abel. That's what the Lord told him. If thou doest good, wouldn't thou not be accepted? If all you did was become like Abel, give the sacrifice that he gave, and give your 100% effort in serving the Most High, God will also accept you, Cain. But that spirit that was on Cain could not accept it. He could not understand how, number one, another thing you should tell, number two, a good second point to that point is that spirit on white people that you just have to accept whatever they give you, that also comes from Cain. That they think they're God, that's where atheism comes from. Cain could not stand the Lord. How do I know? Because what man would ever argue with the Most High God?
Right.
He got fresh with the Lord, which means what? He thought that him and God were equals. That's Donald Trump. That's Bill Clinton. That's Epstein. That's those white men, Lindsey Graham, and all these oppressors, the Virgin Mobile owner, who were in the Epstein files. Do you know why they didn't give a damn that they were in the Epstein files for all of these years? Because who can bring me down? That pride that Cain had is on the white man. It's his nature. Thanks to Cain, his father. Thanks to Cain, his father. Well, guess who else has that same spirit? Your Black Christian preachers. Your preachers have that same arrogant pride, that decadent smile of who could tell me anything? I know everything. I'm God. I'm equal to God. That's why black preachers speak the way they do. And the Lord said, and that's arrogance. There's no other reason for someone to speak like that when that is not the way they speak. Dr. King didn't really speak like that. Creflo Dollar, when they get to hooping and hollering, they don't really speak like that when they're having a conversation between one brother or one person. They do a performance because they're arrogant, just like the white man, just like their father, the devil, the deceiver. That's who they try to emulate. They want to have the same lust that he has. What's the oppressor's lust? The arrogance that no one can tell them what to do. The lust to touch little children. Why do you think homosexuality and child molestation runs rampant in the Black Christian church? Why does it run rampant in the Black Christian church? Because it runs rampant in the white Christian church, the Catholic church. That's why. The Roman Catholic Church sought to make everybody Roman. How? By spreading a false religion of teaching the slaves to obey white slave masters while raping your children, and no one can do anything about it. Well, what did Black Christian preachers do after the turn of the century in the Reconstruction era? They decided to be just like them. They decided to, you know, Black people, Black Christian preachers didn't have to do the molestation part. Black Christian preachers could come. I don't know if they know this or not. They could have taught the white man was Jesus, that Jesus was white. They could have taught the same lies that they taught and still not touched our children. Why do Black Christian preachers have to molest children? I know could come because they are the lust of their father. They will do. They're going to do it because that's who they want to be like. Their greed. What other lust outside of their lascivious behavior, outside of their dalliances? What other lust does our oppressor or does the Black Christian church also behold over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Their greed. Their greed could come. They're greedy just like the white man. Do you want to know why the global war on terror even happened? You want to know why it happened? For monetary gain, so that Boeing can get paid, so that not Henry Kissinger, that was Vietnam War. Who was Dick Cheney? So that Dick Cheney and Boeing and BAE Systems can get paid. So that, what's the other big boy military contractor? Oh, what was the other one out? It's Boeing. It's another one to come. Oh my God, these I used to know, brother. These I used to know like they were on the back of my hand. What was the other military contractor that bankrolled, or Salaki, not bankrolled, but that got all that money after Iraq, after the Iraq invasion, the Fallujah, Iraq invasion of 2004. There was another big military contracting company owned by white people, owned by a white man. Halliburton, that's a good one. Whoever said that, Mr. John's RAV-23. What's the other one? It's Boeing. It's what's the other one? I know the Halliburton. Lockheed Martin. Give that devil a hand. I know he would know. He's the devil. Could come. I know he would know. Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems. Yes, that is the reason why America fought Iraq and Afghanistan after 9/11. That's why they went to war with them, so that Lockheed Martin and BAE Systems and Halliburton and what was the other one I said? Boeing and the private military contracting sector could all get paid. It's all the white man's fault. Give Veritas a hand. Yes. That is what they went to war for. It's a business, Kakam. It's a business. They're greedy and they will do anything to make money. Anything to make money. You
if
see
I could,
guys, we're going to go over that a little bit later. With that disgusting pig of a devil, Donald Trump, what he said to Epstein in an email. No, not in an email, in a letter. Brother, they wrote on a diagram of a girl's body, of a little girl's body, and they were exchanging letters back and forth. And in one of the letters, in one of the sections of the letter, He said, when you're this rich, there's nothing you can't do. That's a letter that was written between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, Kakum Gabar. When you're this wealthy, they will let you do anything. You can grab them by the PUSSY. Does everybody remember that from 2016 when Donald Trump ran the first time for your stupid ass president of the United States? Y'all don't remember that? It was just 10 years ago. It was only a decade ago when he said, when you're this rich, they will let you do anything. You can touch their children. You can grab them by the PUSSY. That is what Donald Trump said. You know why? Because he's a greedy, lustful devil, just like the Romans. And that is who Creflo Dollar and your black Christian preachers want to emulate. That's who they want to be like. That's who they want to pattern their life after. They see how much money the white man has, and they want it, and they will do anything to get it. How do I know? Because Jay-Z and Pusha T and Beyonce and Chris Tucker and black people who are celebrities now were in the Epstein files 15, 20 years ago. Why do you think that is? So they can get to the seat that Jeffrey Epstein sat in. So they can get the power Donald Trump has. So they can get the wealth that Trump and all of his cronies have. That's the reason why I could come. That's the reason why. They want what the white man has. Who wanted that 6,000 or 2,000 years ago? The Pharisee and the Sadducee. And Christ had to tell them exactly who they were. He had to check them yet again. He had to reveal themselves. He had to reveal who they were to themselves. This is who you are. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. That is who your black Christian preachers are. Does everyone understand? Keep going.
If I could see, like right now, so-called Donald Trump, he's like, you know, a lot of people's going against him, you know, especially, well, some of these celebrities, they still shucking and jiving for him, kind of like Nicki Minaj and et cetera, et cetera. But you gotta remember, before Donald Trump became the president and showing his true colors like the devils do as it is, all these entertainers, they would always put Donald Trump in their rap. They would say something like Donald Trump, like Trump, I'm in the Trump Towers.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a flex. You know what I mean? Because like you said, he got money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So everybody would always flex and talk about Donald Trump. And now all of a sudden, because, you know, he's showing his true colors, because just like iron rusted, so was their wickedness.
Yeah, I'm right.
You know what I mean? And listen, 15 so many years ago, you was riding Donald Trump's coattail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I use.
Like, yeah, give him a hand. How can I forget? Nicki Minaj is not a black woman, just so y'all know. Nicki Minaj falls in the same ilk as Kamala Harris. Her and Kamala Harris are the same coolies. They come from the same people. Those Elamites. They are not black girls. They are absolute heathens. But because black people are ignorant, thanks to the Christian church, we think Nicki Minaj is black, so they think she's a sellout and a coon. But I do want to say something on that Nicki Minaj point. That is perfect and apropos to what we just read. We just read, the lust of your fathers ye will do. Well, guess what? Nicki Minaj daddy's a white man, literally. Donald Trump is Nicki Minaj daddy. You're so handsome, Mr. President. And may I say one more thing? Isn't he so handsome? That's how you get power. That's how you get money out. You got to go in there and suck a lot of rod. Man and woman. Man and woman. If you don't believe me, we're going to show you in the Epstein files here in about 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Stand by. We're going to show you the Epstein files. Not just read what's in the damn. We're going to show you the pictures. Some of these pictures could come are chilling. They're bone chilling. I saw one of those pictures. They look like they were in a pediatric dental office. Like, you know, one of the dentists, you know how there's dentists who service adults and there are dentists who service children, which is pediatrics, right? They look like they were in a pediatric dental office. And then it was a chair that didn't look like a dentist chair. It looks like a dentist chair, but it also looked like a chair for torture. It looked like something off of Saw 6 could come. It looked like something off of goddamn Freddy versus Jason, off of It, the Clown, Pennywise. I mean, it was bone chilling. Then they had these flesh oh my God. The white man, brother, let me tell you something about him. The lust of his father, he will do. He is a lustful. There's nothing that, like, you know how we have morals, and I'm trying to get black people to understand this. You know how we have morals and we have a code of conduct, and there's something innate in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that there are things that boundaries we just don't cross. You will never read about a group of black men and women having some underage sex cult. You just will never read that. Because first and foremost, you won't be able to find 10 black men to go and touch children. It just doesn't happen, right? You don't find regular black men or Hispanic men or Native Indian men, for that crying out loud. Don't you, brother? Some of these other tribes, the tribe of Benjamin and Levi and Issachar, come on now. You won't find 2 Benjamites that's going to be ever. I don't care how famous they get. You're never going to find 6 Benjamite men in a sex cult of children that are touching and abusing and unaliving children. You're never going to find that. Do you want to know why? And they're not in the truth. Remember that. All of our people, majority of our people, are in the world. So why is it that you will never find some black man or Hispanic man's cult of just unaliving and touching children? Because there's something in our oppressor that doesn't allow him to have the same compassion that we have. There's something in our give me that the wicked are. This is becoming my favorite scripture under Donald Trump. Give me the wicked are estranged from the womb. Give me that real quick. I know I probably read that every week, but it's important for our people to see that what God says about the oppressor, what God says about Trump and Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr., Donald Trump's, or Barron Trump. If you want to pull up a picture of him, well, I'll do it. I'll show you a picture of Barron Trump. He looks just like his daddy, Donald Trump. Brother, Barron Trump looks like he's going to grow up and be exactly like his father. He looks like he's going to be in the new Epstein files in 6 more months. I mean, these oppressors, they are terrible people. Like, I'm not talking about just rich white men. There was just 6 months ago in Alabama, there were a sex ring, a pedophile sex ring in Alabama of all white people. And they had a basement or a shed underground, an underground bunker full of little children that other white people in their community could come, pay money, and have sex with, and abuse and torture. Am I making this up? I am not. This was in the white man's news, which means it has to be unbelievable. I mean, absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
They had a sex ring. Is this the first time this has happened, Kakam? I can show you this every day in the Philippines, in America, in Alabama, in Mississippi, in Texas, in Virginia. Listen, 15 years ago, there was a prominent Virginia, was he a Democrat or Republican? He was a Republican. He was some Virginia Democrat. He was a politician, a congressman in Virginia, who was caught on the what is it called? To Catch a Predator. You remember that show, To Catch a Predator, could come?
Right.
Chris Hansen caught some Virginia senator, and they say that's the reason why they had to shut that show down, because he started to catch white men who were Donald Trumps, who are wealthy white politicians who make laws protecting pedophiles. And you want to know why no one finds children? Because the people who are in charge are pedophiles. That's why.
Right.
Isn't that obvious? Isn't it obvious the reason why there are so many murders done by cops is because cops want to murder black people? That's obvious. It's their MO. Stop wondering why is no one ever finding the pedophiles? Why aren't the cops doing their job? The cops are doing their job. Their job is to defend pedophiles, protect pedophiles, and murder innocent black men Latino children, and Native Indian women. That's their job. That's what they're paid to do by rich white men. That is who he is. Read that scripture you got, Kakam.
Khan, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 58, and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. The wicked.
Donald Trump.
The wicked.
Jeffrey Epstein.
The wicked.
Everybody in the Epstein files.
The wicked.
Who?
The wicked.
Keep reading.
Are estranged from the womb.
They're weird, Doc. They're strange. They're not like the rest of us. They're not like us. They're nothing like the average human being. They're not human. They're animals. The white man is an animal. He's not even a human, Doc. He's something. He's the wicked. That's who he is. He's estranged. What would that be called in psychological terms? What would that be? Somebody who's estranged. That's what they said about Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer and Brutos and Ed Kemper. That's what they said about John Wayne Gacy. That's what they said about BTK. That's what they said about Dennis Rader. That's what they said about the Candy Man in Houston, Texas. That's what they said about all of these, the Ridgeway killer. That's what they said about these white men who grew up to be serial killers. They said that they are what, Kakam?
The wicked are estranged.
They are what?
Estranged.
They are estranged. What does that mean to be estranged? What does it mean to be strange? He's strange. That's a word you don't hear anymore. That's strange. This cat here, Tech Nine, a rapper in here and from Kansas City, Tech Nine, that all white people love, and I know why. He has something called strange music, where he's rapping in different words that ain't even words, and he's embodying. He's like the Black Eminem, but a little weirder, and that's important. And I found out, tell a lie, shot. That's the reason why white people like him so much. I found it out. White people don't like Tech Nine because of his lyrics. White people love Tech Nine here from Kansas City because of strange music. They can relate to that weird clown. Anybody who makes dolls and clowns scary is strange. You ever notice that, Kakam? Only white people will make a doll that's for children, Chucky, a scary thing. They make him a mass serial killing murderer. Some strange doll. They made Annabelle. Annabelle's supposed to be some loving little girl's doll that little girls want to play with. They made it some haunted, spooky, paranormal murderer.
Right.
Makes you hear voices. And who the hell does something like that? I know who. The
estranged.
The
wicked.
The wicked. The wicked do things like that because they're wicked. They're evil. Look up the definition. Cujo. Yeah, Cujo. Who said Cujo? Give them a hand. They made a damn dog with rabies, this mass murderer. That's Steven Spielberg. You understand? That's the white man. That's who he is. He's the wicked, and he's strange. Like Tech Nine has that strange music. That's what his label is called. And white people love him. Do you know Tech Nine is the most successful independent Black rapper in history? Do you want to know why? Because white people love him to death. Why do white people love him? Because of strange music. Show me a picture of Tech Nine. Look up a picture, an image of Tech Nine and that stupid ass strange music. I don't listen to Tech Nine. Okay, it ain't no Sin 2. He's not in the Epstein files. I'll give him that much. We from the same place. He's not in the Epstein files, but he doesn't make music that I want to listen to because he makes strange music, and Negroes aren't strange. Show me that strange. Show me him with that clown shit on. Give me a good picture when he had. I remember back in the day as a kid. Tech Nine is huge. He's from Kansas, so I'm, here he's big. I got a good one right here. I got a real good one right here. This is a good one right here.
Well, I was gonna say right here.
Let me see.
And he always does that weird big ass Salaka, that goatee without the mustache.
Yes. Just like someone who is strange. He's married to
Yeah.
a sister. I give him that. I think he's married to a sister. Let me see what you got. No, that ain't good enough. I
That
got
ain't
one for
strange
you.
enough.
I got one for you. Hold on. I got
That
one
ain't
for you. Look at
strange
this.
enough.
Y'all check this out. Yeesh. You see that?
Hold on, Salaki.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Like-
why white people love Tech Nine and
Like
strange
Insane
music.
Clown Posse.
Say it again.
Have you ever heard of the Insane Clown Posse?
Yes, the Insane
Or,
Clown Posses. Yes.
One here in Iowa that's famous is what they call the corn something, man. What the hell they called up here?
Children of the Corn.
Nah, it's something like that, but Slipknot.
Yep.
They all
The
strange.
Insane Clown Posse. They can't just be the Clown
Yeah.
Posse. They got to be the Insane Clown Posse. He just couldn't
Or-
have nigger music. It had to be called strange music.
Right.
Why? To attract white people, because white people love to be estranged. They love to be strange. Look up the definition of strange, Baba Kushai. Look up what the word strange means, and then look up what the word wicked means. That's the oppressor. Akim, brothers and sisters, the white people on here listening, you are strange from the womb, and you are wicked from the womb. You were born. What does it mean from the womb? Meaning they were born that way. There is nothing you can do to save white children from growing up to be a mass shooter. The only thing that you can do is putting them in slavery and letting black people rule over them. That's the only way to
Right.
stop the next school shooter. What's the definition of strange, Jack?
Strange is unusual or surprising in a way that is unsettling or hard to understand.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer, like Ted
Right.
Bundy. Unusual. It is unusual to be a man trapped in a woman's body. It's unusual to give me that clip. I didn't send you this clip, but find this clip for me, could come where Josh Hawley, look up Senator Josh Hawley questions doctor on can a man get pregnant. Give me that clip out. You want to know what strange is? You want to know what unusual is? It's a man trapped in a woman's body. It's a child loading up an AR-15 going to an elementary school to shoot up the kids at the elementary school. Strange is loading up cargo slave ships full of Negroes and put them on top of each other and plug their anuses so they don't defecate on a 6-month voyage across the Middle Passage, put them on chopping blocks, sell them, and then 300 years later, you say, I didn't do anything wrong. Slavery is in the past. That's unusual, Locke. That's wicked. What's the definition of wicked, Kakam? What's that definition? Wicked. These oppressors are wicked. That's why they had you in slavery. That's why they raped your grandmother and your grandfather, because there's something that's not right with them. They're unusual. That's why it's so easy for Donald Trump to be on the Epstein files. That's why the Epstein files even exist. That's the reason why pedophiles are protected in America. Pedophiles are a protected class in America because the white man is unusual. He's strange. It's something off about him. He's wicked. He's evil. He's sinister. He's blood curdling. Shalom, Sister Zara. Yahweh Shemar Tabashim Yahweh Shah. That's who he is. He's wicked. Only someone wicked could come. What's the definition of wicked?
Kind of Wakan, evil or morally wrong.
The white man is evil and morally wrong. Only a wicked person would purposely sell crack to the people that their grandfathers got rich off of.
And if I could, sir.
Go ahead, Kakam Gabor.
So remember Donald Trump about a week or two ago he mentioned something like where he doesn't need international law or something because
Yes.
he just
Yes,
goes
he did.
off his morality.
Yes, he
But when
did.
you're wicked, you have no morality.
This is
You're
if I may. This is a nigga in the Epstein files. This devil's in the Epstein
Right.
files talking about his, if we go off of Trump's morality, we would all be pedophiles.
right.
Go ahead, Kakum
Yeah.
Salakia.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty much, yeah. So they have no morality, they have no integrity, no honor. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's just the wicked are estranged from the womb.
Yes, they
And
are.
Donald Trump, he said, I don't need no international laws because I go off my morality. But then he also said, well, I'm not getting into heaven. As a
Yep.
matter of fact, I think he said I'm already in heaven. Didn't he say that?
He didn't say I don't recall him saying he's already in heaven, but I do remember him saying that he's not going to heaven.
Yeah.
He knows that he's evil and morally wrong, Kakum.
Yeah.
That's why he knows that he's evil, he's wicked, and God said that the wicked are estranged from the womb. They're unusual a lot. That describes white people. That's white people.
Mhm.
That's why, listen, only an unusual person will say God doesn't even exist. There is no God. That's like
Right.
the fish that you feed in the fish tank saying, this food is just coming from the sky. I have no master. I have no one that's in control over me. I have nobody that's feeding me. This food is just falling from the sky. I know dumbass atheists, which is a white invention from who? Cain, right? Their father, the devil. I know that Esau. I know that you think that the clouds just magically formed, and you think fishes just swim upstream, and you think the sun sets in the east, rises in the east, and sets in the west. I know you think that's all accident, right? I know you think that there is no creator who created any of that. I know you think that your organs are perfect. Do you know that when after doctors perform a surgery on your abdomen and they have to take your intestines out, when they put those organs back in, like your intestines, they have a muscle memory and they will go back. They will literally shake and shimmer without having to be touched. They will shake and maneuver back into the place that they came from. It's like your organs have a memory. I know dumbass atheists think that that's, all by mistake, which goes against science, by the way. It goes against the laws of thermodynamics to believe that something that on time can be created out of disorder. It goes against science, dumbass atheist. To be an atheist goes against science. It goes against nature. It goes against science to believe that there is no creator for the creation. That literally goes against science. So after that, I don't know what the hell your argument would be, but nonetheless, go ahead, have at it. You think that you are God. That's why white people are atheists. White people don't believe in God and religion. They don't believe in beliefs. They don't have a belief of a higher power because in their mind, Donald Trump is the higher power. That's why they will let Donald Trump grab their wife by the pussy, excuse my language, because they worship Donald Trump. They worship Jefferson Davis and Robert E. Lee. They think they're God. That's the reason why you don't think there's a God that sits on the throne of heaven and earth who created life as you know it. You think Donald Trump, listen, it's so intense with white people believing their God could come that just 2 weeks ago when that winter storm hit 2,000 miles of America, covered a span of 2,000 square miles here in America, that there were people online saying it's DARPA that did it. You ever see that? Did you see those posts? The government is creating this weather. God damn, Mike, the white man is such in power that he controls when it rains and when it snows.
Right.
The white man is your God. That's why you think he controls when it snows. You think he's controlling the ice in Mississippi. You think he controls tornadoes here in Kansas and Oklahoma. Is that what you think? Oh, I know why you think that. Because you think the white man is God. You think that there is nothing he can't do. You think he has no limitations. You know what that would mean, right, Kakum? That means you're not an atheist because you do believe in a God. You just don't believe in the God of the Bible. you believe that the white man is God. You are an idiot
That's right.
and you are estranged. You're wicked. You're evil and morally wrong. You're unusual. There's something unusual about you. You were born that way, Mr. White Man. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to help it. You were born that way, white people. You were born to be like Jeffrey Dahmer, and you were born to be like Donald Trump. You were born to be like those men in the Epstein files. I have good news for white people who come. Black people, Latinos, and Native Indians here in a little bit are about to be over you and about to be your new slave master. So don't worry. Don't try to fight it. You keep living your free life. If you want to be a homosexual and a faggot, Mr. White Man, go be a woman trapped in a man's body. It's a free country. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. You want to join ICE and kill innocent people? Join ICE and kill innocent people. Because here in a little bit, black people are going to be in control over your body. And then we get to tell you whether you're a man or you're a woman. We're going to tell you what a man and a woman is here in a little bit. We're going to have you on a plantation here in a little bit, Mr. White Man, where you won't be able to escape and run so that you can ruin the planet Earth again. Here in a little bit, you're going to be made civil. We're going to kill the Indian and save the man, Mr. White Man. We're going to kill the devil that's in you, and we're going to save the man. When Christ returns, a black man from the tribe of Judah, you can bet your life. So help me God that white people are going to be made civil. They're going to be civilized. They're going to be civil, and they're going to be human beings. They're going to be compassionate and kind and caring, and they're going to think about someone other than themselves for once. For once. When Christ returns, that's what's going to happen, Kukum. So don't sweat, white people. Don't sweat. Go ahead, Kukum. You had something you were holding?
Yeah, that video.
Yes, please give me this out. Please give me this. I don't hear no sound, Kukum.
Like, let me sometimes it kicks it out.
No sweat.
So let me reshare.
No sweat. While he's doing that, the video that the brother is about to play is Senator Josh Hawley here in Missouri. He's a senator from Missouri, from Lexington, Missouri. If I could come, let me say something about that Josh Hawley. He's from a place in Missouri that I feel still has the Ku Klux Klan. Have anybody ever been to Lexington, Missouri? Lexington it's like there's no black people there. Let me say it's a town of like 600 people, 300 people, and all of them are in the Ku Klux Klan. Salakia. Every white person that lives in Lexington, brother, it's rough. Do you understand, Kukum? I had to bail a brother out of jail there in Lexington. Let me tell you how much of the 60s I felt like I was going back to in Lexington. Brother, when I drove to Lexington, Missouri, and I had to go bail this brother out of jail doing a service, doing my officer's service, the duty that I'm commissioned to under Commander Juliana, had to bail this brother out of jail. The sheriff, it's one of those small, it's like you're in Andy Griffith. Brother, I felt like I was in Mayberry. I said, there is no way towns like this still exist. Brother, there is a small jail cell like in Andy Griffith in Mayberry. And it was like 2 cells. And I mean, it's open like something you've seen out of an old Western. And they have no updated nothing. It's so far behind when I said, hey, I'm here to bail out such and such. I'm here to bail out this brother such and such. He said, what's his name? I gave him his name. He told me what the bill was. I said, I have card. He said, oh, we don't have anything that can accept card. You have to pay in exact cash. I said, well, what? And we don't have any ATMs in here. Now, where in the hell am I going to come up with this cash? How am I going to get this cash to get this brother out of Ku Klux Klan capital in Lexington, Missouri? This white sheriff. I said, what? I said, so, okay, is there a place around that I can get the cash out? He said, well, there's no ATM in here, but if you go down to this and then you go down to this, I was like, oh my God. So I got to go on another drive and a hunt to get cash to come back here. And he said, oh, by the way, it has to be exact. So if the bail was $262.11, I had to get out of the ATM machine. Remember, ATM machines only let you get increments of 10.
Right.
I can't get to. I said, my Lord, that's where this devil who you're about to play, that's where he's from. He's from Lexington, Missouri. Play what you got.
Fair use. We're using this for education and entertainment purposes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Absolutely.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
Many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme.
Don't he look like a grand wizard to me? Every time I watch that devil Josh Hawley, don't he look like the grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan? Salakia, brother. I apologize. I'm not being litigious, Senator Josh Hawley. Please don't send a cease and desist and try to sue. I'm not defaming anybody. I'm not being litigious. My apologies. But brother, something is going on in Lexington now. I just looked it up. Lexington has a population less than 5,000 people. That's where he's from. You understand? You hear that accent, don't you? So, brother, every time I see him, and when I went, just the sidebar could come. When I went in that jail in Lexington, here in Missouri, I saw a plaque. It said, "This senator from I forget who it was. It's another senator from the 60s that's from there. And he used to be the sheriff at that same jail cell." I said, brother, when I built that, brother, I said, brother, we got to get the hell out of this city. We got to get the hell out of this town. We got to get back to civilization. You know how town could come. Y'all have, I know you in Iowa, y'all got more small, y'all got about the same amount of small towns as we do. You know those town squares, like an old school town square, like off of Mayberry? Mm-hmm. That was Lexington. I thought I was in Mississippi. I mean, I was like, whoo. We go to camp and we ain't no guys, brother. I was sitting there like this, like, brother, I pulled my car up and parked in front of this jail cell. I'm looking around. I'm being observant. I said, brother, we have got to get the hell out of here. I don't care what he says the bail is could come. We got to get the hell out of here. That's where Josh Hawley's from. And listen, I want to say this. This devil Josh Hawley, he's simply asking us, he's asking a simple question. He's asking a simple question. I can't talk tonight. He's asking an easy question. He's asking basic biology that your children learn in school. Can a man get pregnant? And this devil, who I believe she's a doctor, she didn't want to answer yes or no. She thinks a man can get pregnant, could come. You know why? Because they are unusual. This people here is estranged. They're unusual, brother. You understand? They're unusual. That's what the Bible said about them. The wicked are estranged from the womb. That's the white man. That's the Epstein files. That's who they are. So stop trying to change white people. I got somewhere you can put your focus. I got a better place to put your focus. I'm going to tell you about it after we get into these Epstein files. Go ahead and show me what you got out. Show me that post I sent you.
Cut on what con?
There are tens of thousands of towns with less than 5,000 people. That's why you're a minority. Devil, this is a town here in Missouri called Lexington with people who are white people. Salakia. This isn't, oh, you know what? Maybe that's what he's trying to say. Maybe this ain't a devil. I keep thinking everybody in these comments are devils could come. That may be a brother. There are tens of thousands of towns with less than 5,000 people. That's why you're a minority. I hope he's not saying we're a minority because, yeah, dumbass, blacks and Hispanics are minorities. White people in America make up 70% of the population, 69%. They are not the minority. They are not the minority. They are the majority. And that's the reason why, say it again, could come.
Yeah, Salak, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, they definitely the minority, right?
Yeah, who? White people? Hold on, what are you saying? Could come say that again? Could come, I think you froze.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you froze up. Your screen froze. I can't hear you now, Kakam.
Mic check, mic check.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Kakam? I can hear you, brother. I can't. You froze. Your screen is froze. Kakam, you're going to have to go out and come back in. Go out and come in. All right? While Kakam Gabar is doing that, this oppressor, oh boy, the thing is, that's a little bit better. While Kakam Gabar is fixing his screen and fixing his technical difficulties, while he's fixing his technical difficulties, I wanted to say something about what we just watched. So this is that devil Josh Holly asking a doctor, I want to say she's a doctor, some white woman, can men give birth? Can men have babies? Can men get pregnant? And she believes men can get pregnant. That is strange. That goes against nature. That goes against science. That's the oppressor. They're strange. Like, they don't believe in nature. They don't believe in science. They don't believe in anything other than their ability to murder. That's all the white man believes in. He believes in his lust. I have a scripture I'm going to pull. Let me show you the scripture real quick. Oh, yeah, 2 Timothy. Should I save this? Now, we're going to go into that now. We're going to go into 2 Timothy chapter 3. I'm going to show you something that our king, he warned us to look out for. In fact, before we go there, let's go. I was holding this for earlier. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 18. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse, we should start at, let's start at verse 2. Well, let's start at verse 1. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Most High your power. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall you walk in their ordinances. Let me explain something to you. Tonight is the Wednesday night law class, right? An important part of understanding our laws, and which is a part of our culture, is understanding the fact that the Lord wants us to be nothing like everyone else. Or else, how else are you holy? Our people can't be holy if we're like Epstein and the white man. The Lord gave us laws and ordinances in order. And he said, after these nations, after the Egyptians, which land I bring you out of, don't do. And the land whither I bring you into, Canaan, which is a part of Africa, don't do. Don't do what they do, because they molest children. They get high. They have sex outside of their race. They believe in incest. They believe in cannibalism. They have no dietary law. They do what they want to do. They have sex with who they want to have sex with, no matter the age of the child. Don't be like these other nations. That is a fundamental understanding of Israelite 101. Not to be like the other races or the other nations. We got you back to come. Most High in Christ. I can't hear you, Kakam. I still can't hear you. It's all right, brother. Take your time, Kakam. You good?
No, my cards.
Yep, I hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
All right, yeah.
No sweat, mighty man. I hear you now. Brother, listen. The Lord put a fundamental understanding in all of us to not be like these other races, especially the Egyptians. Can I hip you to something? The Greeks and the Romans, that homosexual, lascivious lifestyle that they lived and adopted, they took it up from the Egyptians. If you think Caligula was bad, if you think Rome was disgusting, you should read about ancient Egypt, because they are the precursor to the Romans and to the Greeks. All of that homosexual life comes from the Egyptians. The bald in your head, the bald in your face, that comes from the Egyptians. Having sex with your sister, having sex inside of your family, that comes from the Egyptians. They didn't see life lawfully. They saw through they lived their life through the lens of lawlessness. No law, none whatsoever. They lived a life of put your ride wherever you want. If it gives you pleasure, do it. That was the Egyptians. Who adopted that? The Greeks and then the Romans. Everyone understand? And Babylon and America and France and Portugal. You see how it spirals? That's the reason why the Lord told us in Leviticus, the 18th chapter, after the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. Verse 4, ye shall do my judgments and keep mine ordinances to walk therein. I am the Most High, your power. You see, the Lord put possession on who we belong to. We don't belong to the Egyptians' gods or the white man's gods or Catholicism or Christianity or Baptist or Muslim or agnostic or atheist. We have power. And our power, the one true living God, he gave us a life. He gave us laws. He gave us rules. He gave us a way to not be like Jeffrey Epstein, to not be like Donald Trump. The entire reason that Donald Trump being in the Epstein files is a scandal is because there are Black, Latino, and Native Indian people who live in America. The Epstein files, if this was a country where it was all white people, there would be no uproar about the Epstein files. There wouldn't be no such thing as the Epstein files because every white man will be doing what he does, not in secret, in the open, just like they did in Rome and just like they did in Greece. Like the brother brought out earlier, we already went over this in our Stop Child Molestation lecture. Because this is a part of their culture, if Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians didn't live in America, if we didn't live in Europe, if we didn't live in the UK, homosexuality and sexual proclivities like pedophilia would be absolutely normal. There wouldn't be a taboo on it. There wouldn't be an evil connotation to it. It wouldn't be evil if it wasn't for us. We are the people who bring morality and civility somewhere. We did it with the Egyptians. We're the reason the Egyptians knew what being clean was, because Israelites began the custom of bathing and washing and cleaning, quarantining. That is our culture, to be clean. That's who we are. If it wasn't for us, the Egyptians would still be filthy like the Africans are now, just like they still do the continent. Yes, just like they still do in the Middle East. Any idea that everyone would do anything is ridiculous. Not everyone whistles. Not everyone's gay. I don't know what the last part is, but yes, the first part was right. Just like they still do in Africa. Yes, they're still homosexual in Africa, just like they were when they when they bought the Egyptians. I'm sorry, when they had us in slavery. When they had us in slavery, they were homosexual like you couldn't believe. They were filthy and dirty until the Israelites showed them how to farm, how to build, how to grow, just like we did here in America before, when the Europeans came from the old world.
Right.
We
If I
are the
could,
salt of the earth. Oh, Salaki, give me 1 second. Come, hold on. I'm gonna let you go. We are the salt of the earth. We are the race of people who brings civility, who brings culture to a place. If we didn't live here, there would be no such thing as the Epstein files, because every white man will be raping his own son and his own daughter. It would be normal. It would be Rome. That's what was happening in Rome. You would go off to some mentor, which is torment, and he would torment these boys, and that would make him a man. Every Roman soldier was gay. Every white Roman soldier was a homosexual. They had a wife at home to produce with, and they had a male lover on the battlefield that they got pleasure with. That is in every culture. The Arabs, the Egyptians, the Africans, the Greeks, and the Romans. So if it had not been for us in this place, brother Kakum Gabar, it would be no Epstein files, because it would just be normalized. Right. Pedophilia would just be, you walk down the street and you would see a gay pride parade every day in America. America wouldn't be this great, rich country it is if it wasn't for Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians. This place would fall from moral decay, just like the Greek and the Roman Empire did. Go ahead, Ike. You had something you wanted to say?
yeah, I mean, just like it says in Revelations that Babylon has become the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And what we do as the Israelites, guess what? We taught you how to bathe.
That's right.
We can go online right now in 2026 and pull up different white women and white men who literally admit that they don't use a washcloth.
They don't even know what the hell that was for this long.
Yeah. They don't use washcloth. They just let the water run down the crack of their behind and hop in and out. Some of them barely even wipe their ass. Salakia. You know what I mean? Like that when they came over here to the Americas, they brought the bubonic plague, they brought syphilis, they brought everything over here, you know, that God, all the pestilences and the diseases, all the rats full with everything from Europe, because they was living in what? The Dark Ages.
That's right.
They was living in the Dark Ages is because of what? Because they're estranged from the womb. They have no morality and they have no righteousness in them. The wicked are estranged from the womb. I yield on that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now let's get into the Epstein files. Let's get into this thing here. Show me what you got. What you got that I sent you. Show me those pictures. That's really all I want to see, are these pictures. And then we're going to play the video I sent you. That, brother, it would bring a man to tears. The things that they were doing to innocent, special needs children. And that's another thing about our oppressor. I watched another video where this black superhero give black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men a hand. Black man, you are the real hero. I watched this disgusting video where this old white man who drove this vehicle, he drove a van transporting special needs adults to and from their appointments. He had some white girl who was special needs in the back, and he was about to take advantage of her if it wasn't for this strong black hero that stopped him in the midst of molesting and raping this innocent white woman who was special needs could come. I saw that video. I wish I sent it to you. It was disgusting, but thank God the brother was there. That's what would happen if they listen. Imagine if that black man wasn't there to stop that sick bastard. That white man would have raped her. And how many times do you think he has done?
Yeah, I've seen that video.
Brother, if it wasn't for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians here in America, that would be normal. This place would be Caligula 2.0 all over again. This is who we are. We have the laws of God. And because we're God's chosen people, and the Lord only gave us his law. We bring salt to the earth.
Right.
We flavor it. Not only do we give it its culture and its life, not only do we give it everything, we also give it morality. Don't ever miss that in the salt of the earth. You give it morality. That's what being the salt of the earth is. The morals that everyone abides by in the earth today, those morals, that compass is our compass. That comes from the Israelites. You understand me? There would be no moral code of ethics or conduct or anything if it had not been for the Israelites to show the world what's right and what's wrong. How do we know what's right and what's wrong? Because of the laws that are in the Bible. That's why in the UPK we ask, is it lawful or is it unlawful to do this? Is it lawful to do that? Is it unlawful to do that? That's your moral compass. If it wasn't for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Israelites, the world wouldn't have a moral compass. This place would just be a cesspool of pedophiles and Jeffrey Epsteins and Donald Trump. Show me what you got out. What is this here? Oh boy, who was that? Who is that? Is that Smokey?
Yes, Smokey.
God damn,
Smokey.
like they got Chris Tucker in the Epstein files. This Epstein right next to him. Oh, that looked like Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I think that's Bill Clinton.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Hold on, you telling me the same Bill Clinton that was the first Black president according to the tribe of Judah? The tribe of Judah.
Right.
I'm from the tribe of Judah. I remember when Bill Clinton, brother, was the president. Black people love Bill Clinton more than they love Barack Obama. I'm not exaggerating.
Yep.
If you're old enough, you remember when he came on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone. He played the saxophone and Black people went berserk. He smoked weed, played the saxophone, and received oral sex from a white woman that wasn't his wife in the White House. They said, that's nigger enough for me. He was Black to the tribe of Judah. He is a child molester. You understand? Bill Clinton is a child molester. Let's keep going. Yikes. What in the hell is that? Zoom in. There's a zoom in button right there. Zoom into that right there. Could come. Oh my God. It's a Black statue. Go figure. Somebody said in the comments they wouldn't be surprised if this used to be a living, breathing person and they killed them and then had their body molded. This is how blood-curdling the white man is. His crimes are. His imagination is. Who would even have the imagination to do something like this? Keep going now. Keep showing me some more of this. What did you walk into? You walked into the Epstein files. This is what you walked into. You walked into the white man's crime being displayed in front of you. For the first time in your life, somebody is telling the truth about the white man. Keep going. I want to see pictures of just oh my God. Who is that right there, Kakam? Does anybody know who that is? That's Winnie the Pooh. That's a child caricature.
Yeah.
Caricatura. That's a
and
child.
If I could,
please go ahead, Kakam.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh walked around with no pants on.
No draws.
No draws, no pants.
Brother, there's only one reason that adult would be around Winnie the Pooh or Elmo, and they would have this large caricature of Winnie the Pooh because they are luring children to come.
Yeah.
Their main targeted audience is children. Yeesh. Somebody look up what sodium hypochlorite is. Somebody look up what. I got a rib that's a goddamn chemist could come. She's a goddamn nut chemist who knows, she knows chemistry. So I don't know what the hell sodium hypochlorite is, but look it up.
Sodium hypochlorite, a widely used, highly effective bleaching agent and disinfectant commonly known as liquid bleach.
Yikes.
It is a clear yellowish solution with a strong chlorine odor, predominantly used for water purification, sanitizing surfaces.
It's used for what? Sanitizing what?
Surfaces.
Well, I wonder why they have to sanitize surfaces, could come because there's so much blood and bodily fluids from the crimes that they're committing on these islands. Brother, one thing that these Epstein files have shown me is that don't ever think you know how low the white man is, because you don't. Right when you think that Jeffrey Dahmer was the worst, when you think Ted Bundy and Brutos and Ed Kemper and John Wayne Gacy was the worst, they are not. And this is another scary thing when you think about as we show you these Epstein files could come, this is something else that is so disturbing. These are the people who had us in slavery.
Right.
Now, remember, while we were in slavery, we were slaves. We were chattel. We were their property. There were no laws to protect us. What do you think they did to us in slavery? If you think that what they did to these little white girls are bad, just imagine what they did to Emmett Till in that shed for 6 hours. Oh, I bet it was a whole bunch of sodium bicarbonate, hypocarbonate in that thing there. I bet it was a whole bunch they used there in that shed of Emmett Till. Think about what they did to Reese Taylor in broad daylight after church on Sunday. Imagine what they were doing to us when there was no such thing as a camera or the internet or social media in 1855 somewhere in Mississippi. This is the people that you want to love, you want us to join hands with. Is this the dream Dr. King had, to join our hands with Jeffrey Epstein? To be with people like Donald Trump? Nah, I would never. And then you black Christians have a religion that tells me that if Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump ask God for forgiveness, me and them are going to the same heaven. I'll be goddamn. I'm not going to the same heaven with Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, and some child molesters and pedophiles. Your God allows that, not mine. My God is a just God, the God of the Israelites, the God of the Bible. He's just. He would never allow Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, and Adolf Hitler, and my grandmother, who was a slave, to abide in the same heaven together. You black Christians are equally disgusting. This is what you teach our children, to love people like this that are seeking to molest them and rape them. These white people are violent and disgusting as all get out, and you're teaching our children to love them. You are responsible for the deaths and the molestation of every child. That goes to you black Christian preachers. All of these children, I don't give a damn if they're white or Asian, all of these children who get molested, the church is responsible for it. Because the church teaches a religion to Donald Trump that tells him he can rape as many kids as he wants, as long as he asks God for forgiveness before he dies. He's going to heaven. You Christians are responsible for every child that gets forgotten, every child that gets left, every child that gets murdered, every child that gets abused, every child that gets molested. You're responsible for them, because the person who's molesting them and torturing them and murdering them, they believe what you believe. They believe that God is going to forgive them no matter what. They believe that we are all God's children. They believe that they can hurt as many children as they would like, but as long as they ask God for forgiveness, he's going to forgive them. You Christians are responsible for these children in the Epstein files and the children who are not in the Epstein files. You're responsible for them. Show me some more, Kakum. Show me some more. Show me oh God, this is the picture I was telling you about. Oh my God. Can you zoom into this? This looks like this looks like an image out of a horror movie. Look at those masks on the wall, Look at that.
It's like a OBGYN ultrasound.
Something like no, that's a dental chair. That is a dental chair for children. For children, and they have these. Look at these masks on the wall. It's like this is a place, and look at the window. The window is boarded up.
It's the windows in the wall.
The windows in the wall. brother.
The walls in the window.
This looks like they're in there torturing these children, these innocent girls and boys, and there are people watching. Like, when's my turn? When's my turn? When's my turn?
Mhm.
Let me tell you, brothers, this also. I wanted to say this as I thought about these Epstein files. Some of you niggas are disgusting like Jeffrey Epstein too. What do I mean by that? You're so lustful. Brother, there's something my physical father in the world have always taught me from the time I hit puberty. Don't ever treat a woman like she's just breast and ass. She has a mind. Look at every girl. You treat her like you want your sisters and your mother to be treated. Brother, there's a common misconception that being a man means you just go around chasing tail. And that is the opposite of being a man. That's Jeffrey Epstein. That's why he's in the predicament. Where's Jeffrey Epstein right now? Could come anybody know? He's dead. That's where he is. And Donald Trump is next. By the hands of the Lord, Donald Trump is next. Why? Because all they did was just give into their lust. And men don't give into their lust. This is for brothers only. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men. Because growing up as a black man, especially from the tribe of Judah, brothers love tail lock. And if you ever see, you know who I'm talking about, the type of brothers, the type of men who just, they want to go grabbing women and do it. You're over-sexualized. Over-sexualized mostly because you are a molested child. A lot of your friends, y'all's homeboys, that's that are over-sexualized, they were molested, a lot of them by Christian women or Christian men. They were molested. I'm just telling you straight up. That's why they're so over-sexual. But I'm here to free you from that, brother. I'm here to tell you, you have to get yourself under control. Control yourself. All right? No man, no real man chases tail. All your whole life is about pussy. That's all you want. You ruin your community because you get pussy and then you leave her. And you get more pussy and you leave her. And then you leave her. And then you leave her. Now what did you leave them with? Abortions and destroyed homes. Brother, stop chasing tail. Tail is going to find you. Go be a goddamn pediatric neurosurgeon, black man. Did you know you can become an astronaut? You can be a pilot or a lawyer. And guess what's going to happen after you get those positions? Tail is going to chase you so much that you're going to say, I'm okay, lady. I'm okay, miss. I'm flattered, but I'm okay. Thank you. I appreciate the offer for that tail, but I'm okay. And then you know what you will begin to do with more discipline, you will begin to develop the discipline to choose the right woman to have sex with. Instead of you just chasing tail, like that's all a woman is. I know a lot of these sisters are whores, and I know a lot of them portray themselves to be provocative and they don't wear anything. That doesn't give you the right to just look at them like a piece of meat. Stop doing that. That's something I hate. I hate seeing brothers who are so undisciplined to the point that that's their life is just tail and getting drunk. I don't give a F how oppressed you are. Your forefathers who were slaves ran through 600 miles of Mississippi Delta to get to the north to be free. You mean to tell me you're more oppressed than your forefathers who fought for their freedom, who ran through 600 miles of forest and snakes and mountain lions just so they can get to the north? You're not more oppressed than Nat Turner. You're not more oppressed than Harriet Tubman. If your forefathers had enough dignity and modicum to not let themselves get that way, so can you. You don't have to chase tail and be a drunk your whole goddamn life because you're oppressed. Stop using that effing excuse. Well, we're oppressed, so I'm an alcoholic. We're oppressed, so I'm a sexual deviant. You're a sexual deviant because the Christian church has allowed you to be a sexual deviant. You're a drunk because the Christian church allows alcoholics. You're a child molester and a liar and a criminal and a murderer and a gangbanger because the Christian church allows it. It's time, Kakam Gabar, for there to be new rulership in the black community. I'm sick of the Christian church ruling over our black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men. Our brothers need better rulership. They need better leaders, better warlords. They need the leadership. They need the structure of Commanding General Yohanas, ISUPK. That's what we need in our community. That's what we need in our ghettos. That's what we need in our prisons, because in here, you're not allowed to be a tail chasing drunk like so many of your fathers and your uncles. How many times you got in the car with some father or heard your homeboy talking to his 12-year-old son? Yeah, man, she sucked my. What are you doing, Ak? Is that your whole entire life? To just get tail and make whores out of your sisters?
Right.
Brothers like that can come in the world. I can never hang around. In the world, I could never be around. When I was in the world, I saw some cat who was just so overly sexual. I knew that he would have sex with a man and he would have sex with a child. He would put his hole in a goddamn door jamb if it got him an orgasm. You're sick and you're disgusting and you need help. You're sick. You need help, brother. You are no better than Jeffrey Epstein. If you live your life like that, that's where you're headed. You're going to rape some woman and drug up some woman. When did the hell black men started doing it, roofing a girl? You're putting roofies in the girl's drink to what, have sex with her? You mean to tell me that you can't game her up? You can't talk to her, give her a couple of glasses of wine and game her up and then take her home? You got to roofie her and drug her? That's not black culture. When the hell black men start doing that? Black men have always been known to be chivalrous, to lay their jacket down for a broad, to say, oh, no, you good, I'm okay, to have self-control. Your forefathers ran through 600 miles from Mississippi to Chicago for freedom. And here you are squallering it away on pussy, chasing tail, and being a drunk. You are just like Epstein. Stop being so overly sexual. And to you sisters, the same message goes to you. And to you back to brothers, these sisters wouldn't be whores if you would stop having sex with whores. Because your standards are so low, because you would have sex with a child. I know who you are. You black and Hispanic men. I know that you would have sex with a 15-year-old girl. I used to see you in high school picking up girls who were my age, and you're 25, 28, 32. You can't get women your own age. So what are you, Jay-Z and Beyonce? Give them a hand. Like Jay-Z and Beyonce, or Timberland and Aaliyah, Jay-Z and Aaliyah, R. Kelly and Aaliyah. You've turned our culture and our brothers into sexual deviants, and that's not who we are. Black men have never been sexual deviants like the white man. The white man is a sexual deviant, and he was born that way. Not you, brother. Not you, hermano Cardinal. You are not born that way. You were born a brother who's strong. Black men have always used their strength to defend women and children, not to take advantage of them, could come, roofing their drink, raping women in the club. What in the hell are you? Oh, I know what you're doing. You want to be like white men. That's the reason why we're talking about Epstein file right now. We're talking about Epstein and Donald Trump because that's who they are. Let white men be disgusting. Brother, you be righteous. Don't be like this. Don't be like this, because that's where you're headed. You're going to be just like Trump and Epstein. How many brothers you know have took vagina from a woman? Some girl that's like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a rapist, and you black men love him. Mike Tyson raped a woman. So did Tupac. Tupac raped a woman, and you niggas love him. R. Kelly raped women, and you love them. I don't get it. Why? Why do you love these brothers? Because they're black men? Is that why? You don't love black men that are in your rival gang. If R. Kelly was a GD and you were a vice lord, you wouldn't like him. So why do you like these pedophiles? You love Michael Jackson. I don't understand it. Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, Will Smith, R. Kelly, Jay-Z. What is your affinity? What is your affinity to Chris Tucker and these pedophiles? I don't understand it. Why do you love these brothers like Dr. Umar? Dr. Umar is another sexual deviant. Let me tell you something. I saw Dr. Umar defend every black pedophile that he could. He defended R. Kelly. He defended Jay-Z. He defended, what's the one in prison? P. Diddy. Well, you know, white men do it too. That's always your defense. You're never going to be better than white men. So I got to be a pedophile like Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, and Hugh Hefner. Because they did it, I have to do it. Why can't you ever be better than white people? When are you going to stop using? Well, white people do it too. White people get high. White people smoke fentanyl. White people are pedophiles. That's the point. That's their culture. When are you going to put on your culture of righteousness? Yes, Hugh Hefner was a pedophile. Yes, Donald Trump is a pedophile. Yes, white people are the devil. So what are you going to be, them? Are you going to be like them, or are you going to be righteous? Keep showing me what you got. Show me, go back. Show me some more, Kakam. Show me that image. It was a couple of more images of that pediatric dental office. No, go back. Oh, God, that scared me out. Go back 2 more. Who is that, Kakam? Zoom in. That looks like Kevin Spacey and Bill Clinton. Oh my God, it's Kevin Spacey and Bill Clinton.
Yep.
Is that who that is? Kevin Spacey and Bill Clinton. Yikes.
Looking all as high as it could be.
Oh, forget about it. They getting the girls high and they're getting high. Keep going. keep showing me. I want you to go look at this here. Look at this room. This looks like a torture room. It looks like those are heavy bars. It just this whole thing, it just makes you want to vomit. Look at these masks in this dental office. This is something, brother, that you thought that you knew Jeffrey. You thought Jeffrey Epstein was the worst of white people. This is who white people are. Keep going. You went back a few.
Yeah, it's like accidentally popped out of it.
No sweat. Look at that there. I think that's a real blade. I'm just going peradventure. That's a real blade. Were they sacrificing these children, unaliving these children, raping them, molesting them, brother? And look at him with Jazane Mack. Look at that scary, spooky MF there. Y'all know who that is.
That look like he's in whiteface.
Brother, that's y'all's King of Pop.
Yeah, man.
That's y'all's King of Pop. He loved touching little boys, just like his father, the devil, that he's standing right next to, Jeffrey Epstein. How spiritual is that? He's standing right next to the devil, looking like the devil, and emulating the behavior of the devil, the white man. These are your entertainers, black people. That's what I want to show you for. This is who you idolize. Instead of looking up to commanding General Yohana, instead of looking up to Nat Turner, instead of looking up to sisters like Mae Jemison, your heroes are pedophiles. Maybe that's why you're a pedophile. Maybe that's why you say, well, 15, how old is 15 really? How old is 16 really? Like Dave, you remember Dave Chappelle told that joke? How old is 15 really? She should have moved out the way to a child. And you niggas thought that was funny. I remember that. I remember when black men were laughing at Dave Chappelle telling jokes about a girl being pissed on and molested by R. Kelly. We got a lot to change about our nation now. That's another thing. If I could, that's another thing. Black men, stop being so giggly and bubbly. A man ain't laughing at every goddamn thing. Y'all such laughing, giggly bitches. Black men in general have become women. You get manicures and pedicures and facials. What do you want your face to look clear? Is that what you're doing out? You don't want to get stabbed and shot and beat up and get in fights and have bruises like a man. A man's supposed to show scars. Why do you think the Nazis, the white men who were Nazis, every Nazi had one of those scars on his face? That was on purpose. They would want to get cut on purpose when it's called a schmears. And they would want to get those cuts on purpose to look more masculine. How do we go from that to men getting facials? They got a facial treatment out. Doing a facial treatment of some brush that they put on their face with facial ointments and treatments. Nigga, I thought you just splash water on your face and get the hell out the door. What are you getting a facial? Are you brothers getting waxed? We got a lot we got a culture that we need to put on. We need to teach young brothers about our culture. Because my God, the white man wants you to be so effeminate.
But
So
what's the new phrase? What they call them, beta males.
beta, listen, they're effeminate.
Yeah,
Even that
kind of
phrase beta male, so use my language. You are a girl. That's what you are. You're a soft
right
sissy. You're a manicured sissy, getting manicures and facials and pedicure. Nigga, go to war. God damn, Mike.
Yeah,
Whatever
right.
happened to that? Maybe you niggas need to sign up for Esau's military so you can go to war. Get some dirt under you, get some goddamn grit. Like, you're just a woman. And you look up to sissies like Jay-Z and Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker and Dave Chappelle. All of these cats are pedophiles. All of them are weak, weird, and they are not in the truth. And for that, I will never idolize them, look up to them, or I'm never going to teach my sons and my children and my young brothers to look up to them either. I'm going to warn Black and Hispanic boys to never be anything like these men here. You should be like me, young brother. You want somebody to look up to? Me. That's another misconception in the Black community. Black men are like, man, don't be like me. Nigga, be like me. Be like me. Who else a Black man gonna look up to? If you tell these young brothers, don't be like me, they're gonna be like Jay-Z. They're gonna be like Donald Trump. Don't you understand? They're gonna be like NBA YoungBoy who wears makeup and paints his nails. Be like me, young brother. I don't chase tail and I don't molest children. I don't rape women, and I have complete control over myself. I see a big behind woman, I don't have to go and F her because she has a fat ass and big breast. I can just control myself. I can say, I can say in my mind, she looks nice. That's a nice looking woman, and move the hell on about my day. What in the hell are you doing? Chasing tail like you're 13 years old? You're supposed to become a man one day. A man has complete control over himself, because if you don't have control over your lust, when a 13-year-old girl comes and wants to give you a fellatio, you're going to accept it from a 13-year-old girl, just like Epstein and Trump. You're going to say to yourself, well, how old is 14 really? How old is my grandparents got married at 15 and 23? You're going to try to validate it, and then you're going to get fellatio from a 15-year-old girl, like I've seen so many men do when I was 15. I've seen so many men when I was in high school go to school and pick up girls my age, and they were my father's age. That's disgusting. You're a pedophile, and you are just like Epstein. You're just like Epstein, and you're just like Donald Trump. And you have the Christian church to thank for that. It's time we put it back on our culture of showing you what men are like. Should be like me, young brother. Come into the ISUPK, join ISUPK, call Kansas City, ISUPK Kansas City. Tell your single mother that you're going to be a soldier under commanding General Yohana. Say you're going to follow Officer Malak. Say I'm going to follow Priest Malak of the ISUPK because he was raised by men. He was raised by commanding General Yohana and the generals and the captains and the brothers. He don't chase tail, and he has control over his body. I want to be like that, because that control can get me to become a lawyer like Captain REI, to become a pediatric neurosurgeon, to become an engineer. That's what that will lead me to be, having control and discipline over myself. I can then go help more brothers and more sisters. And now, one last thing I want to show y'all. I'm going to just pull it up on Facebook. All right. I want to show you this. This was disturbing too. I got another disturbing video. Oh my God. That ain't the one I wanted to. Did I send him that? That ain't what I was trying to send him. Let me see something. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This is what I wanted to send. All right. All right. I want to show y'all this video. I'm going to show you this video. We're going to break down a couple of scriptures and we're going to get out of here. And then I'm going to tell you what you should be focused on. Where am I at? Here we go. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all ready? Let's share the screen.
disgusting and unsettling documents that were part of the latest Epstein DOJ document dump have to do with a girl who was 16 years old at the time, and what she wrote in her diary as she was allegedly abused by Epstein and his cronies. Before I get to the details, Cenk, your 2 cents.
Yeah, so we've heard a lot about the different girls who were abused, but focusing in on one story like this, I think is going to give you a sense of the horrors that happened during this Epstein regime, these years.
Once again, Donald Trump, Epstein, these boys were these white men, these devils. They also took advantage of special needs girls. Special needs girls. One in particular wrote a diary. She had Down syndrome and some other mental defects. She had other defects about herself. I shouldn't say mental defects. She had other defects, and she had other afflictions. That's a better word. And she had Down syndrome, and they preyed on her because she had Down syndrome. Does everyone understand? That's the reason why they preyed on this particular girl, and they're going to describe it in this video.
And think about all the people who helped support this, as Anna tells you.
She was 16. She has autism and Down syndrome.
Autism and
she was born with mosaic Down syndrome, which is
so the world might have done.
We would find out until after it was positive. So written down by the FBI from her diary, interpretations from her diary. She says, a couple of months and 2 pink lines with a hold on being with others until after it was positive. So obviously she's talking about a pregnancy test there. I want to die. Why didn't she protect me? I'm assuming she's talking about Ghislaine Maxwell there, because she makes references to Ghislaine throughout her diary and talks about how she's, sometimes she protects her, sometimes she doesn't. As long as I'm wearing what you want, there is no respect for me as a human. I am nothing but your property and incubator. You only trust me when I am under your complete control. I will never trust another man ever. I am the only one who provides and sacrifices everything. I give and give out of terror, and you take all of me. You need me to continue keeping us all connected. Okay, so there she is mentioning that she's like an incubator. She continues, my heart belonged to her. She was so very beautiful. She was perfect. I can't bring myself to write what happened. I am beyond broken. She's talking about a baby here, okay? I only got 10 to 15 minutes to hold and feed her before they took her. She is mine, I want her back, distraught.
So guys.
Yikes. They got this special need, and they said that that was their favorite. This was their favorite girl. Ghislaine Maxwell is the one who recruited her. 16-year-old girl who had Down syndrome and who was autistic. Some special needs little girl that they liked the most because they could take such good advantage of her. That is who the oppressor is. That is who he is. That's who your pastor is too. And this is the breakdown, the fact about the Epstein files that everyone misses. This is what goes over everyone's head. Think about how prideful your oppressor is to be pictured. Those pictures that brother just showed, that Kakum Gabar just showed, let me pull them back up. Oh, you know why? Because it's not in. Let me see. I ain't got the time. We just saw the pictures. I don't even want to go back and look at them. Those pictures that he just showed of Chris Tucker, Michael Jackson, Kevin Spacey, Bill Clinton, and those Epstein files, and all of that blood-chilling, creepy images of knives and masks and a pediatric dental chair. Brother, they are so prideful that they took pictures knowing that what they were doing was wrong. That is what goes over everybody's head. Yes, they are freaks and they're sick and they're pedophiles. Everyone should know that. They're rich. You love the rich. That's another problem in our community, is the rich. The rich is a problem. God hates the rich, and Christ did. You're rich, and that's a problem, right? You have all this money, and you have that money, and because you have that money, you think you can do whatever you think you can do whatever you want to do. That's the problem with the rich and the wealthy. This goes over everyone's head. They're taking pictures, committing crimes. That is preposterous. You understand? It is insane. That's like if you and your homeboy were to go rob a grocery store, and in the middle of robbing the grocery store, y'all took pictures and documented everything you did. That's what's so insane about the whole Epstein files, is that there are files about these people. They are so prideful. Now let's get 2 Timothy chapter 3. They are so prideful in their sin that they are willing participants in taking pictures in the act of committing crimes. Brother, that is what everyone doesn't understand. Everyone doesn't understand that is who the oppressor is. That pride that he has to be in the process of committing a crime of pedophilia, of molestation and kidnapping and human sex trafficking, he's documented and he's taken pictures willingly. Those pictures weren't against their will. You never seen somebody do this in those pictures in the Epstein files. That's Donald Trump hugging Epstein, smiling, taking pictures with little girls that they are molesting in the back. There was another picture of, I think that was Lindsey Graham, allegedly, who was over an incapacitated body of a 12-year-old girl after they got those did what with her. And he's on a picture like he's at a frat party, willingly taking pictures in the act of a crime. Brother, let me tell you what God said. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. Yeah, 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Pride, proud. We're living in the last days, brother. This is one of the signs of how you know we're living in the last days, because you have a file of over 3 million pages and documents of white men of power, presidents, kings, taking pictures over incapacitated 12-year-old girls' bodies. That's the time you live in. That's called pride. And that level of pride that only our oppressor and rich, arrogant niggas have, that is the telltale sign that we are in the last days. There is no time before now. In the 60s, they wouldn't have been sitting over pictures of bodies. They would have been like, nigga, get that camera out of my face. Let me get back to taking advantage of this Down syndrome 16-year-old girl. Let me keep drugging her up. In 2026, they're taking pictures over the bodies of incapacitated little girls after they finish molesting them. Brother, we're in the last days, and that's the point. And that goes to the last point of this class, where our focus should be. Your focus should be on the truth. Your focus should be on that we are in the last days. That's where your focus should be. You see men who are lovers, boasters, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontent, fierce despisers of those that are good. You see us living in the last days. The Bible talks about when are the last days going to be. How do we know that we're going to be living in the last days? Brother, 2 Timothy chapter 3, the whole chapter. Matthew 24, the whole chapter. Christ breaks down. Timothy, Paul, Peter is breaking down how in the hell we know we're in the last days. This is how you know. We're in the last days, brothers and sisters. So where should our focus be? Our focus should be on the truth. Let's get that scripture and then we'll end class. This is where our focus should be. Let's go to Matthew chapter 6 and verse 31. Right? Matthew chapter 6 and verse 31. Therefore, now I'm gonna go up. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. This is Christ speaking. This is in red. This is Christ saying this. Christ said, where your heart is, where your mind is. I'm sorry, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Your heart in the Bible is your mind. Your heart in the Bible is synonymous with what you use to think with, what you use to form emotions and opinions with. A physical heart is just an organ that pumps blood. But your heart, your mind is what you use to make decisions. It's what you use to think. And where your treasure is where your mind is going to be. Where is your treasure in 2026? Is it with politics? Are you focused on the Super Bowl? Are you focused on Democratic and Republican nominations? Are you focused on voting? What are you focused on? That's the question. My question to you is, are you focused on the Epstein files? What in your life are you focused on? Because this is what you should be focused on. Verse 31, Matthew chapter 6, verse 31. Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. You know what heathens do? They worry about things they cannot control. Christ, our King, does not want us to worry about what is out of your control. He doesn't want your mind to be there. There's a virus. This is what I was going to show. I was going to show this Nipah virus that it has a lot of parallels and similarities with COVID. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't blowing a whistle. I'm not I'm not trying to raise awareness. I'm not trying to fear monger anybody. Just be prepared, right? We have a preparedness list here in the UPK. Come into the UPK to get prepared. We're very prepared in here, but we don't worry about things we can't control. We know that in the end, the Lord has control. And we know that if you obey God and keep his law, statutes, and commandments, you will be protected. So we're not concerned with any virus. You just be prepared. Get the water, get the necessary rations you need for your family. Prepare, stock up, do what you got to do. But brother, our oppressor, the Gentiles, they worry. They worry because you know you're a sinner. That's why you're so worried. You don't know what the future holds because you're a sinner. In the UPK, we do. We know what the future holds because we're prophets of God. We're priests of the Lord who read this Bible thoroughly, study it. And we know what the future holds. And we know that in the end times, men will be lovers of themselves. We know World War III is coming. We know that this Epstein file is only the beginning. You're gonna see things, not just in the Epstein files, but people who aren't in the Epstein files. You're gonna see just average people do things that people in the Epstein files did. You're gonna say, "Oh my God, what is the world coming to?" That phrase you're gonna hear constantly in these last days. You're in the last days. So where should your focus be? Verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Brother, your focus should be on the kingdom of heaven. What's the kingdom of heaven? Where Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men rule the planet Earth under our King Christ, the Black man from the tribe of Judah. If your focus isn't on that, if your focus isn't, now how do you get the kingdom of heaven? Which is what this means. You have to come into the UPK and save your people. Teach your people. Change the culture and the ways and the lifestyle of your people. That's how we get the kingdom of heaven now. That's how we do it. That's how we usher in the kingdom of heaven. Then the Lord will look down on us and he will say, you know what, these brothers and sisters, my people are ready. Then we will be free from all of the Epstein nonsense and people who rule over us like Donald Trump. We will be free from that. But you have to focus on righteousness. Focus on the laws of God. Focus on doing what's right. Focus on having control over yourself. And brother, sister, you will get the kingdom of heaven, but you have to focus on it. Does everyone understand? With that, go ahead and clap it up. All right. Security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. Salakia. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the Feast of Purim coming up soon. And then right after that, we have the Lord's Passover, April the 4th, this year in Houston, Texas, at the B&H Ranch once again. We're going to be down there, brother. Make sure, brothers and sisters, you are there. Pay your Passover fee. We have all the information to the Passover in our chat here in class live. Click these links, find the information, schedule your itinerary, your hotel, pay that Passover fee, and be there April 4th in Houston, Texas for the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Remind Akim and I've watched to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and war scarf. With that, Imagine, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh, Shimi Awashai, Barakathum, Yajim Matah, which means put your hands down. Sar, which means to turn, face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'ashim Yahushai, Yajimatah, class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.